Hello, hello, this is So Sick Nash Fan here, bringing you the how to play Akiha guide. So, why would you pick Akiha? We look at this character select screen, there's a lot of characters here, so why play Akiha? Well, not only does she look cool, but Akiha is a very strong character. A very set play-esque character. Her set play is very dangerous. The only drawback to her set play is how strong Shield is. But this guide will hopefully help y'all even to beat Shield, because Shield will probably be the strongest mechanic in this game, and that's why most people place Akiha a little lower on the tier list. However, she has a lot of tools to beat Shield, and like I said, once you're forced to block this character, it can be a little tricky. So we're gonna get straight into it. She has a lot of cool colors that I modded into the game. We're gonna pick the Sailor Mars. Let's go. So with this being said, Akiha, like I said before, consider a little lower on the tier list, but I think in the right hands, she's could potentially be one of the strongest characters in the game. It's just a lot of lab work you are going to have to do. So first, I will show you guys how to stop Shield, because that's probably one of the key factors that you're going to run into playing Miss Tono. Okay, so if we throw, we're going to have to put Coma on Shield as a reversal option. So first and foremost, I'm going to put Coma on a standing Shield reversal option first, right? So if I throw this, Coma's going to stand Shield this on the first frame possible. So what we're going to want to do, you can do a meaty low. So this hits low. 2-2-A or down A for those newer players hits low. So because this hits low, it's going to hit on the first frame possible. So the low is going to hit before Coma can even stand Shield. Stand Shield will only beat mids and highs. It does not beat lows. So the fact that I can do this ring, I can do the B ring, and then I can do 2-2-A before Coma's able to Shield, and I get a fatal. So not only am I going to get a fatal, but I'm going to get a lot more damage added to that because Coma guessed wrong on the stand Shield. So that is definitely one of the key ways to stop Shield after your throw. But if you do mistime it, Coma will be able to shield that disc before your meaty low, like that. So you want to make sure your timing is on point, because if not, Coma will be able to shield you. So make sure that 2-2-A comes out on the first frame possible. Now, we're going to make Coma crouch shield this time. So now with the crouch shield, the cool thing about this is the disc is whiffing over Coma's hitbox. So nothing is making contact. So Coma's not going to be able to shield this disc doing low shield. It's not going to work. Which means Akiha can do things like this. I can run up and throw you, or I can do an overhead. So, pretty interesting that she has these options, because you're going to have to guess which shield you want to do on wake up. You're going to have to guess which shield you want to do on wake up, simply because Akiha has many options to cover what you really want to do. Like that. Now, the next art of shielding against Akiha will be the most common, which you always don't want to do the B ring, right? Sometimes you want to do A ring. However, A ring is going to get shielded, right? So if I do A ring, they're going to shield right here. And you're like, damn, what can I do to stop that? Like, I don't know what to do. So there's a unique mechanic in this game that's not really talked about too heavily. A couple characters can do it. So with Akiha, you are able to do the same ring, right? However, you can throw the opponent on their wake up before the ring and the shield make contact. So I'll demonstrate that. I got a fatal counter. if you meaty time your throw when they wake up, you can throw them out of their shield, because if you miss it, of course, the shield is going to come out. If you get it right, though, you will see a fatal counter message, meaning they definitely shielded on wake up. So let's try to do it again. So we missed it, you see? We missed it. Let's try it again. Right there. Perfect. So if you meaty throw and you time it just right, you are able to eliminate wake up shield, which is pretty strong, because now that you can eliminate wake up shield, your opponent will be forced to take the mix up because they don't want to eat a shield loop, because at this point you can keep throw looping them out of this situation if you can time it right. And I will show you a little bit. It's literally what you want to do. You want to put the ring out and you want to do dash throw. You want to time it perfectly. It is a little rough on the timing. So with Akiha, you're going to spend most of your timing in training mode, learning how to time most of her setups. And that's why she's definitely a more advanced character, because these tools and tactics are not too easy, but with practice, they can come pretty naturally. So we will get into the second thing about Akiha that makes her a very strong character, which will be her option to anti-air you from almost half screen with her 3BC or down forward BC moon skill. So this moon skill, while at sight it doesn't look that good, it's very, very good against characters that opt to jump at you. If a character jumps at you, they cannot block this moon skill. This moon skill is air unblockable. When you jump in this game, you're air unblockable, so normals will hit you and some special moves will hit you. And because they will hit you out of the air, your only option would be jump shield, which is a super risky option because you land with a lot of landing lag. So because of this, Akiha can control the neutral from about this range. If you jump at her, you will get anti-air. Like that. Now the next question is, that's not that much damage, right? Well, guess what? She can dish out a lot of damage off of this. As long as you have one stock of super and a moon skill, you can actually dish out a lot of damage. And that was just me popping a second bar to get the knockdown, but you can also go for the air throw. So the fact that she has that in her arsenal, it's very risky to jump at Akiha from a lot of different ranges on the screen, and you are always taking a risk when you do so. Her anti-air moon skill by far is one of the best moon skills in the game for that reasoning, because it's about 40% that you're dishing out to your opponent and all they did was jump at you. So that is a very strong tool that she has. Akiha, you're definitely going to want to master your Oki because she thrives on Oki. She's a very aggressive and offensive character. Not too defensive. She can play a little defensive with her rings at neutral to, start charging up your moon gauge. But all in all, she's a very offensive character, so you're going to be wanting to go in. But you also want to do it smart. You don't want to just, play with your face. You want to take your time, get that hit, and then go for the kill. And that's the type of character she is. So you're going to want to have to master your Oki. So once the opponent doesn't shield, which you can get them to that point with conditioning and training, once they get to this point, Akiha, all of Akiha's offense is very tricky to block. All of this is tricky to block. In a real match, when you're in this situation and she's forced you to not be able to shield, it's very hard to distinguish which side she's going to land on. Is she going to go empty low? Is she going to go left or right? She's a very tricky character to block once you get to that point. And again, that's what makes her more advanced, because you have to condition your opponent to this point. Once you condition your opponent to this point of where they don't want to shield, they're going to be in for trouble. And again, she can meaty throw you out of the shield, so the shield will always be a risk on their part, because if you do get this shield, it will be a fatal counter. Now, to end things off, one of the most important not talked about things about Akiha is the fact that Akiha's chip damage is actually pretty insane when you look at it. And she has all true strings that do go into chip damage. So something as simple as this, like if I wanted to just run up and keep doing this, there's absolutely nothing you can do about this but heat. That would be your only option, would be to heat. If you heat, you can definitely get out of that. However, if you do not heat, all of that string gels, and so when you get a little more advanced with your pressure, you can do things like this. And all of this chip damage, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it but heat. Health regen is on right now, but without health regen, that's going to take a pretty good chunk, and that's before the hit because I never open them up. So if I throw coma even after this, let's turn health regen off. If I throw coma after this, it's going to hurt very bad. Like that. We're going to keep it real simple, and then we're just going to throw. Look at that. That's a huge chunk just based off of her chip damage. Gelling into chip damage is pretty good, especially when you're about to win, because you put your opponent in a pretty uncomfortable position and Akiha can just go in for the kill. His character is very, very dangerous in the right hands, and yes, while I do say she's more for advanced players, anybody can get into playing Akiha. You just have to take your time and be very patient in the lab because she does have a lot to learn. Akiha can be one of the most dangerous characters in this game played at max potential. Your main focus will be reading the opponent's shield habits and making them think twice. Once conditioned, Akiha can force the opponent to guess wrong, netting a large sum of damage. They don't call her the set play queen for nothing. Thank you all for watching this How to Play Akiha Beginner's Guide, and make sure to subscribe for more Melty Blood action. Peace.